All typewriters are magical. All typewriters that have survived this long since the golden age of typewriters deserve some help and a new life. To me, electric typewriters have a special kind of magic. The electricity somehow seems to breathe a kind of life into them, but electric typewriters also are much more complicated, and for that reason, rescuing an electric typewriter involves more risk and probably more work. This typewriter story is about an Adler 21D electric typewriter. It was made around 1972. I saw it on eBay. It wasn't cheap. The eBay description said that it was tested and working. I should have been more skeptical. When I unboxed the typewriter, nothing worked at all. There was a faint hum, but no other sign of life. Though it was a 3.5-hour drive to Asheville, North Carolina, I took the typewriter to A.B.C. Office Systems, where the owner, Ed, put the typewriter on his bench and let me watch as he worked. The first problem was trivial. During shipping, a part of the case had shifted and impinged on a pulley. Putting the case back in place got everything moving again. But the next problem was much more serious. The eBay seller had believed that the faint impressions and the fact that some keys would not print was caused by an old, dry ribbon. Actually, though, the problem was much more serious, and it's a problem that any old electric typewriter could have. This problem does not affect IBM Selectrics, though, because they use a different kind of mechanism. The power for causing the keys to strike is supplied by a rubber roller called a power roll. When you strike a key, a kind of elbow joint presses against the power roll, and the friction kicks the elbow and activates the hammer. But as the rubber ages and hardens, friction is lost, and the hammers strike too softly, or not at all. Years ago, when people had maintenance contracts, these power rolls were replaced as often as every 5 years or so. But these days, new power rolls are not available. An electric typewriter without a working power roll has reached the end of its life. But there is one hope, and a good many people who have rescued electric typewriters have used that method. That is to apply a chemical called rubber renew to the power roll. That softens the rubber and may restore some life to the power roll. With my Adler typewriter, the result was by no means like new, but it is more than good enough to make the typewriter usable again and to give the typewriter a new life in a new home. In 1972, we Americans regarded German engineering and manufacturing as the best in the world. The late model Adler electric typewriters are like works of art. They are built to work hard and they are built to last, though the power roll was clearly regarded as a wear item, like the brake shoes on a car or the clutch in a manual transmission. Again, IBM's electric typewriters work differently and present their own set of challenges for restoration. But if you're interested in buying or restoring an old electric, try it out first if you can. If the carriage returns, if the key shift works, and if you get at least some impression when you type, you may have a restorable typewriter to work with. One of the reasons I chose an Adler 21D is its quality, its collectability, and its high value if it's in working condition. But whether the typewriter you rescue is electric or not, be brave. It's always worth the effort.